As many of you know, Sony Pictures is planning on bringing us the Spider-Man spin-off movie, Venom. In a recent interview, writer and director of the new Venom film, Alex Kurtzman, said the following about the upcoming project. The idea is that you can do things with Venom that you can't do with Spider-Man. Venom is the representation of every line that will get crossed. He's a much darker character. Dennis, buy or sell Kurtzman's comments?
I'll buy them for now. I mean, he's right, it is a much darker character, and they're gonna have to do what the comic books did, which is take this guy that was a villain and kind of make him more of an anti-hero and make things that are more, you know, sympathetic or empathetic about him. And also, I guess he's going to do stuff like kill people or torture people, the stuff that Spider-Man won't do. And so we have to wait to see the movie, but hopefully for now, I buy it.
I'm very curious about which incarnation of Venom they're going to do, because
Eddie Brock or Flash
Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah, exactly, because the current incarnation, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is Flash, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe he is currently in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I believe Venom is one of the members of the Guardians. I believe Tony Stark introduced him in and brought him into Peter Quill and said, here's your new member of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is kind of weird. So it does depend on the thing, but I do like the idea that they're not just going to, look, after what they did with Jamie Foxx in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I still liked The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but so much was wrong with it, and the jokey, comedical things they did with Jamie Foxx, little part of me feared for a moment that, what if they did that with Venom? I mean, what if they turned Venom into a slapstick kind of, I'm bad, oop, I fell down, you know, kind of character. These comments, the words I'll use to describe them are reassuring. These comments are reassuring to me, at least anyway, that they seem to be going in the right direction. But you're right, it's totally dependent on which incarnation they're going to go with, which Venom they're going to do. David?
I want to see, personally, the Rick Remender started back about 3 years ago, this great arc with Flash Thompson as Venom instead of doing the whole Eddie Brock thing. And he's crippled. He doesn't have his legs. Flash is a former war veteran, and he wears the alien symbiote as his armor almost. And he goes out on missions, but he can't have that armor on for too long for fear of the symbiote taking over him and controlling him. But it's a great story. And I like using Flash as kind of like I said, that anti-hero. He gets things done. He does secret missions, kind of black ops missions. And he's a really interesting character. I mean, Eddie Brock is great too, and that's more like Todd McFarlane stuff. I mean, that's good, but I would love to see the Flash Thompson story. I think that could be good.
I forgot to say bye.
You know what else, John? A couple people on the chat board were asking, when I read this, I wondered about the rating. When saying it would go much darker, will that change the rating? Will it still be PG-13 or will it go R?
It's PG-13.
It's PG-13, but and that's a great question. I think, though, what Expendables 3 really definitively showed us, and what I think Die Hard, not the last Die Hard movie, but the one previous to that, what I think those movies showed us is that you can be, if you don't show a lot of blood, you can be really, really violent and still get
even Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is quite.
The comments in general, I'll buy because it looks like you guys said, he's got a grip on the character. And I would buy it a lot more if the studio execs were saying it, because it seems to be after Andrew Garfield's comments yesterday that that it's the studio that's making these movies fall down. It's almost like what happened back when there was a different regime with Fox. And when Wolverine Origins had its problems because there was too many cooks in the kitchen. That's where Spider-Man the franchise needs to win me over, because right now it clearly showed in that last movie there are too many people giving thoughts. Well, the tone needs to be this, that needs to happen here, that character needs to do this, and it's a mess. Let whoever's directing direct, do their thing, have a couple notes here and there, and let's have the character as it is, because right now they have to do a lot to win me back.
I got to tell you though, I read those Andrew Garfield. For those of you who don't know, Andrew Garfield came out and said, basically, and everybody knows how much I love Andrew Garfield. I'm the biggest Andrew Garfield. I think he was robbed of an Academy Award for The Social Network when Christian Bale won it in a category he shouldn't have even been in. So I'm a huge Andrew Garfield lover. Not digging this whining from Andrew Garfield. You know what? Every movie has studios who put notes in, whatever, some more than others, sometimes really bad, sometimes really good if you listen to Peter Jackson, right? But when it comes down to it, you are handed a basket of fruit, right? Now you go and make the best fruit salad you can out of it. And I really don't like hearing excuses from directors or actors after the fact when things haven't gone around. You know what, Andrew, I'm your #1 fan, but own it. The film was disappointing. Don't start coming out saying, oh no, it was his fault. No, it was his fault. No, it was his fault. Suck it up. Be a man. It was you and Mark Webb, ultimately, really Mark Webb.
Yeah.
Ultimately in the chair, play with the cards you're dealt. Maybe it was a sucky group of cards, whatever, but you're still responsible. You know what? If they had handed him all the notes and the movie was awesome, you wouldn't hear Mark Webb and Andrew Garfield coming out. It was really the studio notes that made it work, not us. You know, I don't like that sucking and whining.
I agree with the end part of that, but I also say that from what he's saying in his comments, I didn't really take it as whining, to be honest. I took it as that the reason that the tone came out the way it was that they shot a different movie, is what he was saying there. And I think it's refreshing to have an actor go out, because he didn't say it the way Shia LaBeouf's did when he comes out with saying the thing about just.
I still love it every time you say LaBeouf.
I will never say his name.
I love it.
And then I will never say his name. But the fact that he just took shots at Spielberg and how horrible it was, and just did, you know, ugh. This is him saying we made this certain movie, and he wasn't saying it's their fault. I felt he was saying they made certain decisions, and it wasn't the movie I thought we were making. But so I thought his comments were refreshing, but I think that at the end of it, I don't know. It just still scares me with everything going on over there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Like, seriously, there's very possible I'm missing something here. From Garfield's comments, and we are going off on a big tangent here, but it sounded like, if I read them right, he was just saying that the studio came in and cut certain things out of the film.
He said there was a lot shot that, and even in the trailers, you saw that. Yeah.
But if that's the case, then everything that I found wrong with Spider-Man 2 was still there. Like the way they handled the Jamie Foxx character, the way they handled the Paul Giamatti character, the way they did the sudden, you know, transformation of Goblin coming in, all the stuff that I found that didn't work about the movie. If Garfield is concerned that the studio came in and cut things out, well, that means you still had that stuff in there. And that's the stuff for me that didn't work. But
yeah, who knows?
And yet I still say I like the movie. Go figure.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.